Hello there folks, good evening. It's lovely to see you and I hope that I find you very well indeed. Thank you so much for coming over just to have a nosy and see what I made for the tea this week. But if you're new and it's your first time here, my name's Cheryl. We're a family of 4 from the west coast of Scotland and it's just the time of the week where I show you what I made for the family dinners this week, starting all the way back on Monday. So on Monday we done a fish pie. This is one of our favourites, it's an absolute classic, but for a good reason. Obviously it's just one of the things that stood the test of time. So it's a smoked haddock and a creamy white sauce. I put sweet corn in there and some parsley, so it's a basic parsley sauce with some mashed potato on the top, a wee bit of cheese and some broccoli on the side. And this is it here just out of the oven, and I have done a video on this before and I will leave it linked underneath just in case you want to make it. On Tuesday it was my birthday and Mr. What's for Tea surprised me with a wee night away at a local spa restaurant type place. So this is what we had for the tea. So we both started off with the Cullen Skink. So this is a very creamy potato and leek soup and there's smoked haddock in there. This is very Scottish and I've also done a video on this. It's so delicious. It looks horrendous but it's so tasty and I will leave the video underneath. Highly recommend that one. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. And then we both had the fish and chips. There were some really interesting items to choose from on the menu, which I will show you in a minute, but we're kind of basic and we love our fish and chips, and if it's an option, we'll typically have it. So that's the fish, so the beer battered fish, the chips, tartar sauce, mushy peas and a wee wedge of lemon on the side, and that was beautiful as well. We're right next to the coast here, so it's really fresh. Mr. What's for Tea had sticky toffee pudding and ice cream, and I had eaten mess. Now I was absolutely full, so I had 1 spoon of this and he actually finished this. But it's meringue ice cream, crushed berries, but it was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be in a wee bowl, a nice wee sort of rounding off to my meal, but no, it was a lot bigger, so I just could not manage this. But Mr. What's for Tea loves his desserts, and it's amazing because he's in really good shape, but then he does, he exercises nearly every day. So this is a wee quick look at the menu here. The place we stayed at is called the Gales. It's very popular for weddings and that kind of thing. It's got, it's got some really nice surrounding area and it's in a lovely setting. So it's very popular for weddings and there's lots of function rooms and things. I don't work there. This isn't sponsored. I'm just saying, I know it's a very popular place, but the restaurant is very laid back. It's got a lovely laid back atmosphere. It's not formal at all. When I say spa, it is very relaxed. It's not stuffy in any way. It's absolutely fantastic. And they do have some brilliant spa facilities as well, and they do treatments and things, all the usual stuff. But in the morning, I have to say, we were not blown away by the breakfast. Everything else up to that point had been absolutely brilliant. I kind of expected the bread to be homemade and the juices to be homemade and all that kind of thing, but it wasn't. And the breakfast items were a bit sort of dry and not the freshest, shall we say. But yeah, it was included in the room rate, so I don't suppose you can really complain. And my order was wrong. I had ordered bacon, sausage and tomatoes, and I ended up with haggis and black pudding and all sorts of things, but it was really tasty. I would just guess it was mixed up, but never mind. It filled us up anyway. And on to Wednesday, we done ravioli. This was the Marks and Spencer's cheese and beef ravioli, so it was called lasagna ravioli, and I made a marinara sauce for the top, really quick and easy to make. A wee bit of parmesan on the top and some cheesy garlic bread on the side. And I also added a wee bit of chilli oil to mine, and this was a lovely plate. I would definitely get this pasta again. And that's it there in the pan, jumping out. My pan was too small, but it was really tasty. Moving on to Thursday, and we had fish cakes. So some chips there instead of the mashed potato. This is a melt in the middle fish cake, some green beans, a wee bit of beetroot on the side that I had to use up, and then I've done a quick parsley sauce with some extra parsley on the top. And again, really easy, really quick to make, but really tasty. Moving on to Friday, I done a chicken curry. So this is a kind of Chinese takeaway style chicken curry, and I do have a video recipe for this one as well. I will leave linked underneath. And I like to put peas and onions into my curry just for a wee bit of texture. You know, sometimes I put the peas into the rice, but we just did plain boiled rice this time, and again, really tasty. Moving on to yesterday, and we had steak pie. So I done a wee jacket potato just for a change. That's the beef stew there, with some garden peas and a wee bit of puff pastry on the top, and a couple of croquettes because I did need to use those up. Nobody wanted them, so I just popped them at the side of this, and again, lovely, quick, easy and tasty. Moving on to Sunday, we had haggis. So I cracked out the mashed potato. I was dying to have mashed potato all week. Nobody was wanting it, so I said Sunday I'm doing mashed potato with some carrots. That's the haggis there, and that's a creamy whiskey sauce. Now, I'm the only one that really likes the whiskey sauce. Generally, if I do this, I do a mushroom sauce. But that was it. That was our meals. So I'm just going to quickly show you the room that we had when we were at the Gales. It was actually a suite, and you know, I didn't know anything about this. It was when I woke up on my birthday morning, because generally we go to a local Italian place for the tea, and Mr. What's for Tea said, no, don't book that, I've got something arranged. But I didn't know we were staying away anywhere. You know, we've been to this place loads of times but never actually stayed over before. So yeah, I was very impressed with the room, and like I said, they do a lot of functions and things, so I think this room actually would have been ideal, you know, because right next to the room you can see there, it's obviously, you know, a place where you would get married, I guess, because it's adjoining. But you can obviously shut those curtains, you know, we don't want to see that. Didn't bother us at all. And they do have a few suites here, and they also have the penthouse. Mr. What's for Tea's youngest daughter stayed in the penthouse not that long ago, and you've got a sauna in your room and a jacuzzi bath for two, and it looks fabulous. But this was absolutely beautiful as well. Really blown away with the sort of sitting area. And then obviously the bedroom and the bathroom are on the smaller side, but I think most of the wow factor comes into that sitting area there. And that the TV actually pops out at the bottom of that bed, which I was quite impressed by. I didn't know, and it's when I was looking, I'm saying the bottom of that bed looks quite chunky. And then I seen a wee button on the side of the bed, which I pressed, and it popped up out the bottom. So as you can see, we are joined on to that wee function area there. Like I said, this would be ideal for a bridal party. You know, if you're having your makeup and your hair done, and maybe you're a few bridesmaids, there'd be loads of space in that sitting area for you all to sort of chill out and relax before going through. Like I said, I am not, you know, I don't work here. This isn't sponsored, but I just think, you know, it's just things that go through my head. And you can actually get out of this room straight into that wee function area there. Obviously, it's not done up or anything. This is probably just to show prospective clients, you know, the space. And you've got that lovely outside area. Like I said, it is set in acres of lovely sort of green land here. It is very nice. And you've got your pagoda down there. That would, you know, make some nice wedding photos, I reckon. Not that I'm getting married or anything, you understand. Like I said, just things that go through my head that might be of interest to you. Back through to the bedroom. And yeah, that was that fantastic sitting area. It was actually much bigger than it looks on camera. It's actually coming over a lot smaller on camera than it was. But yeah, thoroughly impressed by that. And that was the Gales in Irvine in Ayrshire, northwest of Scotland. So that was our wee state, and that was our meals this week. And as usual, a massive thank you to the supporters of the channel over my Patreon page, and to the channel members here as well. So thank you all for your ongoing support, guys. It does mean ever so much. And if you're not following me over on Instagram yet, I'm What's for Tea 3 over there, and it would be lovely to see you. So thank you all for watching, you know, and I will catch up with you during the week for another wee recipe, unboxing, or whatever comes my way. So until I see you, take care of yourselves, and bye for now. Bye now.